hello! Welcome to the third place entry. This is shishx? Shishx? I'm not sure what that name is. We'll call him something manly. Maximus. Yes, this is Maximus and his T49. And I know what you're thinking, maybe T49 overpower and he's just seal clubbing, which I guess you could argue that he is, but he does a really good job. Such a good job that you can't really discount that this was just a really well played and really amazing game for him. So he's going to the usual spotting bush. He's got camo and bino, the same as, well, what you'd really expect. But you'll notice that his team are getting shot at by stuff. And this is because on the enemy team there was another T49 doing exactly the same thing in the middle bush, which you'll see a bit later on. So I think what he's thinking here now is just playing the cautious game, which is probably exactly what all of us would do right now, actually. He's just waiting to see how the game pans out, seeing what he can spot, seeing what will happen. But he seems to get bored of it quite quickly and decides to move up. The Panzer 1C should have spotted anything coming up here, so I think this is why he was more confident in moving up. But no, the Churchill 3 decides that he wants to say hello. And, oh my god, how did he bounce a shell from that? Who knows? The T-49 does not have any armor, so he was very lucky. And right now, really, he should be pulling back. Well, the Churchill 3 is now, actually. But the T-49 it's okay in this kind of situation, but its real strength lies in utilizing its mobility to control the engagement range, basically. Just making sure that you're never spotted while shooting the bad guys, or that they can't shoot you back anyway. And, what is that Lux doing? Lux? Yeah, Lux. Whatever the German word is. He's in such a good tank, and it's such a fantastic matchup for him. Just squandering it, but whatever. So now he's got some shots in this KV-1, and this is where I was a little surprised. What he could have done really is use some of the bushes to mask his position and be able to shoot at the guys at the side of these, because being hit by one of those KV-1s would have been really tragic. But I guess what he was really trying to do here was keep them spotted, I guess, while shooting at them. And, well, now I think he's waiting to be despotted so he can get more shots off at stuff. The north corner, as you can see, Panzer 1C is suicide charging through them, but there's not much Maximus here can do about it, because, well, he's stopping the two KV-1s pushing up. I don't know what they're doing, really. You don't see this kind of play very often. I don't know whether it's because I haven't played low tiers for a very long time or not, but just, I mean, how often have you seen two heavy tanks driving across there? Maybe it's actually a common thing and I've just had really weird games, but I've never seen anyone go there, so kind of an interesting play by them, I guess. It obviously didn't work out specifically, and well, I guess this is why no one goes here, because you'll just get annihilated by anyone in this position, or along this hill as well, which is a favourite for a lot of camping tanks. So that just seems like a pretty bad idea in general. And right now the game isn't going too badly. They're pushing up on their base, which is nice. The VK and M8A1 are pushing up, so, well, they could maybe pan out quite well for them. There's some limited competition for them, but what Maximus here sees is the T-49. Now this is the guy that was most likely spotting all of Maximus's friendly team and causing all kinds of havoc. So getting him out of the game will be real big boom for him, because well, he's their best player, and well, it's always nice to, well, it's a lot easier when you're fighting against a lot of tomatoes. But what Maximus here is deciding to do is to pull back and try and utilize the spotting of the KV-1 to be able to hit the KV-1. That's what I'm pretty sure he's doing anyway. So he finds his little bush here, and he's just going to park up. And, well, he can't really get a shot off on him. I'm not quite sure what he's doing right now. Well, he's telling the KV-1 to fall back, because what he wants is that KV-1, the enemy KV-1, to pull up over that hill, so he gets nice easy shots on him. But, T-49 is back, he wants more. That was a pretty ballsy move by him, actually, but as soon as he gets behind the buildings, then he's pretty immune to damage, although I'm surprised he did it still, because he must have known Maximus was around here. But, well, you know, we all make mistakes, so I'm sure that was just a mistake on his part. Anyway, the KV-1 is falling back, as Maximus here recommended, which is always nice to see. And well, what it is because Maximus has a very, I guess, passive play. And he's just trying to do as much damage as he can without receiving any, which obviously, as I said, is a pretty cool concept for this tank. Manages to set the KV-1 on fire, which I'm pretty sure he's quite sore about. And I don't think that KV-1 is going to be doing that anytime soon again. So this is when the game gets a little bit slower paced. So right now what I was expecting to happen was not very much really. I mean, there's only the KV-1 there, so you don't really expect him to charge too much, especially after the punishment he's already received. But, well, things kind of don't pan out quite that well. Because, well, as you see, there's a flak burst being a very angry flak burst and charging a KV-1, which is another thing you don't see very often. But okay, I guess. That looked like fun. But sadly his little KV-1 buddy gets killed because the M2 medium, I'm pretty sure, manages to spot him. But no more M2 medium. So, well, now it's just the question is, what's next for Maximus here to do? He could push up the hill, spot the KV-1 from up there, take shots on his side, which is probably what I would have been doing right now, and it would have most likely been the wrong call. But unlike Maximus, I'm very impatient and pretty aggressive player, so I get bored. I would be bored right now. I would be charging in, trying to spot and just, yeah, having fun kind of thing. But Maximus knows what he's doing, so, well, it's music time. Right, I hope you all enjoyed that. Very nice tune, right? So anyway, Maximus has got bored, and he's decided to push up on the hill. Which, as I said earlier, I probably would have done a lot earlier, but it would have got me killed because I would have been going straight at these guys. I'm not saying that what I would have done would be a better move than Maximus. Maximus almost certainly had the right call there. And he gets another fire on the KB1 as well, so luck was definitely on his side. But as you see, there was also a Churchill 3 that probably went up that hill. So yeah, I would have probably been dead, but that little Churchill 3 is well, he's no more. The Stuck 3 that managed to push into their base is now taking shots off at him, along with pretty much everything else on their team, I believe. So that's a little bit more luck that they miss here as well. But now what Maximus needs to be worried about is that they're going to be able to cap, which isn't necessarily that bad a thing. Because he has such great view range with the binoculars and camera net, he could quite easily be sniping these people from a few positions, resetting easy and kind of making them easy targets because he's always going to know exactly where they are. The Stug 3, on the other hand, doesn't want to cap. He's pushing up, and well, he pays the price. And instead of pulling back, instead of pulling back, what Maximus decides to do is actually push into the base, which is an interesting move, and it does work out for him in the end because, well, he spots this Su-85, and, well, he's about to have a very bad day. I'm also quite amazed that the T-49 here hasn't got spotted as well, and this just really goes to show that the camo value with what I presume is a very good camo crew really pay off. I mean, he's got to be spotted now, right? Yeah, he's spotted now. They really pay off and allow you to pull off maneuvers that you might not otherwise be able to. And now, it took me a little while to figure out what I think he was trying to do. He's trying to proxy spot the Matilda, I believe. I think he wanted to know whether he was going to rush him or whether he was going to be able to pull back and be able to snipe him. Luckily, the Matilda is pulling back. So sniping it is. So off goes Maximus back into his little forest. I mean, he's got to be really lucky here because yeah, there he is. The Matilda comes back out to play and manages to spot him as well. So yeah, he's got to be real careful here because one hit is gonna really cause problems. What you're going to notice is the fire rate and the explosion, and that is because the Matilda is using the howitzer, which is not something you see very often at all, because, well, you have to be insane to use it, I guess, really. The gun on the Matilda is pretty good, with really high penetration, but it only does 55 damage. And this will really come into play at the end of the game. But anyway, what he's planning on doing now, it would seem, is going after the artillery. He has absolutely no idea where the Churchill 1 is, though. He could still be camping base for some weird reason. He's orange, so that probably denotes the fact that he does know how to move forwards and backwards. So that's always handy. So I'm pretty sure right now he has absolutely no idea where the Churchill is. Or I wouldn't anyway, unless he suspects him being AFK. I don't know. I'm not sure whether he knew this or not. But anyway, the M41, I think he's decided that the M41 needs to die. And, well, this is exactly what happens. He's getting a bit of encouragement from his team, which is always nice. Well, I don't know whether it was encouragement. Yeah, it's probably encouragement, I guess. And now he's just got to see if he can find the artillery, finish him off, and not take any shots in return. It's kind of a dangerous play, really, because if the artillery spots him, then wherever the Churchill is might be able to get shots off on him. And now this is actually quite interesting, because Maximus here seems to think that the Churchill 1 will be in the same way, same place even, and well, that's kind of surprising, because I would have really been, as I said, kind of pretty cautious about that, because he could have just been camping base. You can't really know just from XCM, but yeah, damn, he is. Right, so really lucky break there, and instead of wasting ammo from shooting at him from long range, which obviously would be a bad call because he's not got that much really, and he's got to kill an entire Churchill now. He decides to go up on the ass, which is also kind of dangerous, because if that Matilda was coming up, what would happen was, while he was spotted, the Matilda would get shots off on him, but yeah, lucky for him, he's actually, the Matilda is actually capping. So, good times for Maximus here. And now, obviously, it's just easy shoot Churchill in ass, and money, credits, and such. I mean, I'm sure we would all love to be in this situation. It does happen kind of often, but you don't normally see an orange. Well, maybe you do. AFK, I don't normally. Usually I'm expecting reds normally. If they're orange, as I said, they can drive forwards and backwards, so it's kind of surprising that he was AFK. Maybe he had a phone call, or forgot somehow. I don't understand how people get to go into battles and leave, but okay, whatever. Anyway, he's playing a really dangerous game right now, which is driving straight across the middle of the field. Personally, I probably would have gone around where the KV-1s died, actually, just because there are more bushes there, so maybe he could spot the Matilda without being spotted back, and this would give him, well, obviously the advantage. But he goes straight in for it. Maybe he was a bit more concerned about the time constraints he had, because the game was, well, the game itself was running low on time, and obviously he's capping. And right now he's asking the Matilda if he can kill him. But the Matilda says nope, so, well, he's got to do this the hard way then. And this is really risky. Well, he gets the reset off, which is nice, and the Matilda's shooting him back. But he's really low on ammo. With only 4 shells left, he really can't afford to be too kind of throwing them away. And these next two, as you see, I don't think I would have been taking these shots, but the amount of adrenaline and such going through him right now must have been pretty epic indeed. So you can't really blame him, and he does actually manage to penetrate one, which is quite lucky, really. I mean, the Matilda does have pretty good armor, so he could bounce. It's definitely a possibility. But now, well, this is really risky. He's got to obviously pen him with his remaining shell, and well, the Matilda's just got to hit him once because he's using the howitzer. If he was using the small gun, maybe he could risk being a bit more aggressive. But no, the Matilda's missed, so he's open, his side, fire, fire, no! And he left it a little bit too late, just trying to be a bit more careful and making sure that shot hit. So, you know, if he had fired early, he probably would have missed anyway. But A real heartbreak for him, so let's take a look at the post-game stats. Okay, so looking at this, you can't really believe that he lost. Radley Walters, high caliber, top gun, and the Defender medal, and oh, Jesus. 2,908 XP on a defeat. He really deserved to win there, but let's keep looking through this. So, team score, obviously he was on top. I don't think you really would have expected anything different. 1,939 experience. Damn, nice work. 4,158 damage in a tier 5 tank. That's really something to be quite proud of there. Their team wasn't too spectacular. The T-49, as I said, got a lot of spotting damage, so go him. Otherwise, not that much else interesting, but Jesus, man. That's a lot of damage for a tier 5. And detailed reports, well, there's not that much interesting in here, really. I mean, he fired almost all of his shells, and he did hit a lot of them. I mean, 37 penetrated out of 44 fired. So, really good job there. Really good accuracy. And, well, there's not that much else interesting, really, here. Only 101 spotting damage, which is kind of surprising. Managed to hit 12 of the entire enemy team. But, I mean, just seriously, great job. You deserve to win there, but, oh well, hopefully at least your prize will consolidate you a bit there. So, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.